guys, it's Rafi. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a little life update or recap of my second semester at Berkeley. So this takes place from January 2023 to May 2023. So I came back to Boston a week before class actually started. I came earlier so that I could adjust to the time difference again since I was living 12 hours ahead during the winter break. That week I kind of just spent my time hanging out with my friends, and we would go ice skating and I would just hang out at people's dorms. It was really fun. It was good to just rest and catch up with everyone before jumping back into school. Then class came around, and honestly, because I was so focused on school and the show that I was doing, this semester really just flew by for me. So February came around and I kind of just did the same thing. I would hang out with friends and we had snow days. It wasn't too bad, like there wasn't a blizzard or anything, but honestly, I did not grow up with snow, so anytime that there was any amount of snow, any kind of snowfall, I loved it. I also made a bunch of new friends in February, so that was really cool. Personally, I think that's one of my favorite things about Berkeley. You're constantly meeting new people and making new connections and networking, but some of these connections actually flourish into such great, genuine, and strong friendships or relationships. It's a very fulfilling feeling. On Valentine's Day, I had a little bit of a me day. My roommates were so kind and surprised me with some chocolate and like notes, and I did the same with my friends. I bought them some chocolate, and I really just spent the day trying to spread the love in a friendship manner. Yeah, honestly, it was one of the most fun Valentine's Day celebrations I've ever had. It was really nice to just appreciate and acknowledge the different kinds of love that I have in my life and the people who are present. You don't have to be in a relationship and you don't have to have one specific Valentine to enjoy Valentine's Day. So I ended up considering it a really good memory of mine. Then my 19th birthday came around, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this time was actually pretty difficult for me. It was my first birthday away from home and away from my family, so obviously they were on the other side of the world and I just missed them a lot. But I'm still so lucky because I was able to have a little dinner with my close friends. And on my actual birthday, I spent most of my time with my good friend Jake, who I'm so grateful for because I dragged him to go to the bookstore in Coolidge Corner with me just so I could buy these two books that I really wanted. Yeah, he was just great company and I love him so much. I know he watches my videos, so Jake, I love you and I appreciate you. And I ended my birthday really living up to the Nasty 19 name. You know, just reading and journaling. On February 22nd, I had dinner with Amir and Annie, who I love so dearly. It was so magical. It started snowing and we had soup. And I also had another special snow experience with my friend Floris. On February 25th, my roommates and I decided to have a nice little dinner, an excuse to dress up nice and look pretty, and we ate at Olive Garden. It was my first time ever eating at Olive Garden, and I will say that I actually very thoroughly enjoyed it. They had a little tablet thing on the table, and I'm so sure that that's supposed to be for kids, but we had so much fun playing with it. With or without the tablet, it's always such a fun time with Sophia and Rihanna. So next thing I know, it's already March, and that means that I was starting to get really busy because of the show and school. That month was definitely full of work for me. There was school, rehearsal, recording sessions for other things, but balancing all the aspects of my life is very, very important to me. So of course, I still made time for myself and for my friends. A lot of the time I would wake up earlier, like 5:30 or 6 to hit the gym, and then we had midterms and spring break. Spring break was really fun. I had a little day trip with Floris to New York. Big thank you to my friend Abby, who I actually know from home. She brought us around New York and it was all just such a great experience for one day. That trip was definitely such a memorable one. Floris, if you're watching this, you already know. We are never going to forget that trip, ever. Then obviously we went back to Boston and Rihanna was still there, so we had a little beach day. We took the train to the Carson Beach and sat there, and it was a little cold, but it was fine. We ate Shaw's and we watched Boy Meets World. Then the next day we watched Ryan's baseball game at Babson. That was a really America experience for me. Then I took a day to hang out with Cheska, who is my Filipino friend from Berkeley. I love hanging out with her. It's so comforting because she also grew up in the Philippines, so she's very familiar with the ways that I grew up and the kind of culture that I was surrounded by. At the very end of March, my family arrived to watch my show. For those of you who don't know and missed the last life update, I auditioned for the Alicia Keys showcase that Berkeley was having, and I got in as a lead vocalist. The great American songbook Alicia Keys' Girl on Fire was held at MGM Hall on April 4th. I was so happy to have my family in Boston.
Oma, don't.
I made them try my favorite food places, and I brought them everywhere that I possibly could. Then April came around and it was showtime. On April 3rd, we had our tech day at MGM, and when we arrived there, I was honestly just speechless, taken aback, couldn't find the words. I was just so stoked and overwhelmed. I genuinely felt like throwing up everywhere. I was just so full of gratitude and happiness. And the next day we had the show and it was so surreal. I kind of blacked out, so I don't really remember everything. I just remember getting ready, waiting for my turn to perform, and being on stage was just so fun. Performing at a venue like that has been my dream for so long, and I didn't think that it would come this early on. To think that I was given an opportunity like that in my second semester at Berklee is crazy, and I genuinely just can't even explain how grateful I am. Then the next day, I literally had to just snap back into class. To be honest, I didn't really have the time to process everything and feel really proud of myself. I kind of just moved on to the next thing and went back to work. I think it took me a good week or so for everything to really sink in and believe that it happened. So I went back to normal day-to-day life, focused on school, recording, and writing songs. Spring really sprung, and I just thought it was so pretty. Like Rihanna and I went out one day to take pictures and grab some Italian ice at the Boston Commons. And on another day, I had my good friend Griffin come over to try Filipino candy, and it was so funny, to me at least.
What's up, you guys? It's Rafi.
Yo! What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be trying some Filipino food. This is a first for me.
Because they're plain ones. There's ones covered in chocolate.
They like mango in the Philippines a lot.
We have the best
is this
mangoes.
beef jerky?
No, that's
Bong
banana.
bongs. Banana?
No, it's like banana chips.
I thought that was funny. No.
Oh, you know what this looks like off the bat? It looks like a Rolo. I love Rolos.
It's not like a Rolo though.
These Americans,
It's
Rolo.
Wait, what's in the middle?
Nothing.
If
A relative 9.
Yeah, if a relative 9. If the flat top was a 7, this would be a 9. Maybe even more.
Scared of
This
it.
is actually, it's not meant to be eaten alone. It's supposed
You have to have a friend with you, just in case. Do you chew it or not, Rafi?
It's part of the experience.
It's you.
I also tried to teach him some Filipino or Tagalog.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to be speaking Tagalog today. Or
Speaking what?
Filipino. Tagalog. Say it.
Say it again.
Tagalog.
Tagalog. Okay.
Tagalog.
I got it. Tagalog. Tagalog.
Okay. Mabaho.
What does that mean, mabaho?
Stinky.
Stinky. Okay, so stinky baho.
No.
Alright, mabaho. Papatayin ko si Rafi.
Yes.
Then on April 14th, Aiden and I watched our friend Lauren perform in the Miley Cyrus ensemble. She, along with the rest of the cast, of course, absolutely killed it. Watching Berklee performances is just one of the most fun and inspiring things ever for me personally, because these people are just so talented. No performer at Berklee ever fails to blow me away, and it's incredible to be surrounded by a community like that. Even better, literally on the same night, we went to a recording session that we were invited to, and this too was just such a beautiful, uplifting experience. Thank you so much to Joey and Elijah for having us. Then I went to my first ever real baseball game at Fenway Park. By real, I mean not under a school. I went to this with Sophia, and it was honestly just so fun. We got snacks, sat there and watched the game, and it was a great experience. Then on April 25th, my friend Coco had her gig at the Loft at Berklee, and I was one of her background singers, so I performed, and it was so fun. I was also very grateful because so many of my friends came out to watch and support, which I really, really appreciated. And then on April 28th, I had my own gig at Bentley University. I had the best time with my band that I love so very dearly. They played amazingly, and it just felt so right to be performing with this specific group of people. Then on April 30th, I went to the Berklee Ball with Griffin, and it was so fun. We just danced the night away and stayed with Adia and Aaron, who I love so dearly as well. And I don't know, I just always enjoy hanging out with those three. And it's definitely one of my core Berklee memories now. Then May came around, which means that it was already our last 2 weeks of school. Crazy! Starting off insanely strong by catching Lizzie McAlpine at the House of Blues. She is one of my favorite artists and songwriters in general, so it was so nice to see her live. On May 4th, I was at Griffin's because that night was his album release. I also had a bunch of writing sessions throughout the last few weeks with Amir because I was working on my EP, which should be out this year. I am so excited for this because I've been wanting to put out more music for so long. And when I became friends with Amir and slowly found out that he really understands the kind of style that I write in and what I like, that's when I knew that he should be the person that I work on this project with. Then I just spent those last 2 weeks of school doing work for finals, finishing everything off, and hanging out with friends before I had to say goodbye to them.
What about
Apple,
Mirror, but
Apple.
where's that from? What Disney movie?
Cheese and apple and a poison.
Matilda.
No!
Fucking not Matilda. I mean, Enchanted.
It's a princess! It's a princess! No! It's a game! It's a game!
Jumanji.
Yes! Yes!
It's Jumanji.
No! I said it's a game! It's a game where you...
See, this is why I want to go.
Eventually, of course, the days came where I had to pack everything up, move out.
Hi everyone. So Rihanna is now packing up. She's leaving today. Now I'm just dreading saying goodbye to everybody. I'm making this video so that I can remember these last few days. Yeah, bittersweet.
And the hardest part was definitely saying goodbye to my friends. I kid you not, I was such a wreck. I always have such a great time when I'm at Berklee or living in Boston in general. I feel like I'm surrounded by people that I really love and connect with and who understand where I come from. Then of course I flew back to the Philippines and here I am. It's been about 2 months since I got home, so this video is pretty long overdue. But I'm so glad to be filming this because I really do just make these videos so that I'm able to look back on these memories and really cherish all the valuable things that I've experienced, gone through, or learned. So yeah, that was my second semester studying at Berklee. That's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially to the very end if you did. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!